Hello, I'm Mike, and this is Will. We are the Tabletop Donkeys.
Hello.
I'm bringing you issue 70 of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Mortal Realms magazine today. And this issue we got Kurdoss Valentian, the Craven King, a powerful hero for the Nighthaunt. And if you'd like to see him in action, you can skip straight to the battle report using the time code in the description or the chapter bars. But as always, we'll have a quick look through the issue contents first. First up, we have Kurdoss's background himself. Similar to Lady Ollander, he was a ruthless plotter and schemer who tried to scheme his way into power, but unfortunately he was struck down by Nagash, and Nagash, ever fond of irony, has cursed Valentian to always be subservient to Lady Ollander, so Kurdoss was always lusting for power but can never truly achieve it. And this bitterness is so powerful it actually affects the people around him, including people he fights against. And now he has to resort to taking out his anger with his huge mace. So he's particularly adept at hunting enemy heroes, and he is followed around by a pair of attendants who basically mock his failings as well, just to torment him even further. And there was some background on Tyrion, the twin brother of Teclis, so the other of the Elven gods, where Teclis focuses on magic, Tyrion focuses on martial warfare. So once again it mentions the IDNF kit that were created by Teclis. And it shows here, see that half of the realm of Hysh there down the bottom right is dedicated to Tyrion, while the other half is dedicated to Teclis. And then you can see here some more forces of the Lumineth Realm Lords, with these ones devoted to martial warfare rather than magical warfare. And then the build guide for Kurdoss himself, it does suggest having two sub-assemblies. So you have Kurdoss and then the throne with his attendants. Not too difficult to put together, really. There's a few spindly bits you might accidentally snap, particularly on Kurdoss himself, and it does suggest putting some blue tack on the throne, so there's some bare plastic for Kurdoss to stick to when you glue him on. As long as you're careful, you could get away without gluing him on if you wanted to. And you can see the completed model there. And then for the build guide, again, it's fairly similar to the other Nighthaunt things, but one thing to note is blending in the stone effect on the throne to the sort of spooky effect as it follows along. So you just sort of build up the effect gradually with the Nihilite oxide. Then otherwise, most of the colours are the same, except maybe using corn red for the flag. And then you can see the finished model there. I also added some skulls to the base, otherwise it's quite a large base without much detail on it. But now I'll hand you over to Will so we can learn how to use Kurdoss himself and see our game for this issue.
Of course, we have the warscroll for Kurdoss Valentian himself. So, being a Nighthaunt special character, so he has 7 wounds, a 4+ save, and a move of 6 inches. And bravery 10, obviously. He has the ethereal and fly rules, like all the Nighthaunt. He has 2 weapons. His own sepulchral scepter, which has 5 attacks, which hit on 3s, wound on 3s, and Ren -2 with D3 damage. But thanks to his soul-crushing smite rule, if he rolls an unmodified 6 to wound with that, then it has a D6 damage characteristic instead of D3. He's also accompanied by some Wraith Heralds, who have 6 attacks, which hit on 4s and wound on 4s, doing 1 damage, but they're just like a spirit host. So if they roll a 6 to hit, they do a mortal wound instead. He can also re-roll failed hit rolls with the Sepulchral Scepter against the enemy general, and he has a rule called If I Cannot Rule, None Shall Rule, which effectively allows you to steal the opponent's command point that they gain in their hero phase on a roll of 5+. So when they gain it, you can roll a dice. So as usual, there's a tutorial on the back to explain all that a bit more clearly. And then we have a new warscroll battalion for the Stormcast Eternals called the Cleansing Phalanx. This consists of 2 units of Evocators with the Evocator keyword and 2 units of Sequitors. The effect of this is that if a unit of Evocators from the battalion successfully casts Empower on a unit of Sequitors, then they can re-roll failed hit rolls with those Sequitors, in addition to the normal effect of the spell. So basically re-rolling hits and wounds, rather than just wounds. And again, just a little tutorial on the back. We have the background for our game, so obviously the Craven King, Kurdoss Valentian himself, has arrived, and there's just a little short story here about his coming onto the Realm of Fire. And it mentions that again here, apparently he's been seeking out Stormcast champions to kill. So Nighthaunt have also found a tomb of a long-forgotten necromancer guarded by a White King. There's also reports that Nighthaunt champions elsewhere are going missing, seemingly slain, and there are rumours that Sigmar has sent his prime assassin to hunt them down. And we have the unit choices that we'll be able to choose from for this game, mostly the same as we're used to, but you will note that the Stormcast Eternals heroes, they can't take any of the mounted 2-choice heroes, so only the ones on foot are available in this game. Then we have our battle plan called the Craven King. Kurdoss Valentian is attacking some Stormcast Eternals who've been assigned to hold some territory, so that's represented on our map by the 2 objectives. 16 inches on from the short edges. We've obviously got all 4 battle mats as usual, and then the long edges are our deployment zones, 6 inches on. So you set up 4 terrain pieces. We are fighting back in the realm of fire, so we can use those rules. Stormcast Eternals start deploying first. The game lasts for 5 battle rounds, with victory points awarded for the Nighthaunt for slaying Stormcast heroes. They get 2 victory points for every Stormcast hero, and 3 if they slay the Stormcast general, presumably in addition, because the general is a hero anyway. And the Stormcast player scores a victory point for each objective they control at the end of their turn. And then for the armies, the Nighthaunt have Kurdoss Valentian and 2 hero choices and 4 troops choices, whereas the Stormcast get a choice of 4 heroes and 4 troops choices. So we'll show you the armies we've picked and the battlefield, and then get straight into the game. The Stormcast forces I've selected, so I have gone with a Cleansing Phalanx, although to do that I had to bring Stormsire's Curse Breakers. They do have the Evocators keyword, so they are allowed to do this. Yeah, so and then we've got the normal Evocators and 2 Niches Sequitors. I brought Stormsire himself, and then my other heroes, we've got the Lord Exorcist, the Knight Questor, and the Knight Azeros. Technically, although we don't usually worry about it, you pick your general after you finish deployment, and since the Nighthaunt get extra victory points for killing my general, and Kurdoss Valentian is better against my general, I'm actually going to do that, so I'll reveal my general when we have done that. Whatever the general is, we'll end up with the Tenacious Warlord trait, giving them an extra wound, but I do have to pick my artifacts of power now, when I pick my army, so we're going to give the Knight Questor the Phoenix Stone, allowing him to regenerate a wound every hero phase, and the Knight Azeros will have a Relic Blade, giving him +1 damage. And here's our Nighthaunt army for the game.
Front and centre is Kurdoss Valentian, so you have to bring him. He's flanked by the Guardian of Souls and a Spirit Torment. Then for my units, I've got a unit of Bladegeist Revenants, a unit of Dreadscythe Harridans, a unit of Hexwraiths, and a unit of Spirit Hosts. I'll make the Spirit Torment my general, and he'll have Master of the Black Arts as his command trait, and he'll also have the Black Amulet as well, I think.
Well, we set up the board, and it's far too big to get in one shot, so I'll just give you a pan across like this, and then you can see the objectives are 16 inches on from the short edges, and we've set up 4 pieces of terrain and rolled for them, so I'll quickly go over that. We've got the Time-Worn Ruins right in the centre of the board. They're always deadly for their rule. We've got the Sigmarite Ruins over there, which are inspiring for +1 bravery. On the other side of the board, we've got the Fallen Sigmar head, which is damned, and the Sigmar statue is mystical, which is the 6 to more wounds. And because we're in the realm of fire, everything is also volcanic, so even more mortal wounds to be dealt if you're too close to it. Our deployment is split into 2 roughly equal halves. We've got a unit of Sequitors and a unit of Evocators over opposite the right-hand objective, with Stormsire and the Curse Breakers and the Knight Azeros. And on the other side, we've got the normal Evocators on this side with the Lord Exorcist and the Knight Questor. And then for the Nighthaunt deployment,
I've mostly focused on one side, so I've got the Spirit Hosts, the Harridans and the Bladegeist forming a front line, with my 3 heroes in between, so the Spirit Torment, Kurdoss Valentian and the Guardian of Souls. Then I have my Hexwraiths over on the right.
And then I will be picking my general. Now I've deployed all my units, and I'm going to make the Lord Exorcist the general, so yeah, he'll have an extra wound with the Tenacious command trait. And all that's left to do is to roll off to see who gets to take the first turn, and I do win ties because I did, but it's not a tie, because I did deploy my warscroll battalion as a whole thing.
Yeah, I think I'll actually go first.
So we'll be on to Nighthaunt turn 1. Then the hero phase, Nighthaunt gain a command point, and just to note that I've got one as well because I have a warscroll battalion, which is also the reason I have a second artifact. I don't think I said that before.
Might as well try and cast a spell, so one of my 2 casters will try and cast Mystic Shield, it doesn't matter who. 7? Actually, it does matter who. It's the Guardian of Souls.
Okay, I'm not in range to unbind.
Yes, that's successful. So I put Mystic Shield on the Hexwraiths, and then they are going to run towards the right-hand objective. Fortunately, I only rolled a 1, so they are going to. So these 2 get in range, but they are also in range of the hot ruins, so they might take damage. And over here, everyone ran. Unfortunately, I rolled pretty low for everyone except for the Spirit Torment, so I had to spend a command point to turn the Harridans roll into a 6 so they can all get in range of the objective, and the Spirit Torment's falling behind, and everyone else is just moving at a much more leisurely pace.
But then that'll be it for Nighthaunt turn 1, so we'll be on to Stormcast turn 1. For my hero phase, I do gain up to 2 command points, but then the Kurdoss Valentian can try and steal it on 5+.
Nope.
Then for spells, Stormsire will try and cast Stormsire, which is his spell, goes off on 7. So it does on an 8. There's nothing in range to do mortal wounds to, but units within 18 will be -1 to run charge rolls later. And the Lord Exorcist might as well try and do Mystic Shield, needing a 6, gets an 8.
And the Spirit Torment is in range to unbind, so I might as well try, needing a 9, only getting a 7.
And both Evoctor units will try and cast Empower on their respective Sequitors, so we'll start with the Curse Breakers. They need a 6, I get an 11, maybe in range to unbind that. The ones on the other side get a 9.
Guardian of Souls is just in range, so we'll try and unbind. Oh, I do with a 10.
The Lord Exorcist will put the Mystic Shield on himself. And we also need to see if the ruins over here go volcanic in the hero phase. On a 6, those Hex-Wraiths might take mortal wounds. No. On my right flank, the Secretors ran, and I actually rolled a 6 on the dice, so I didn't need to spend a command point. That gets 3 of them in range of that objective, so I will take it. Everybody else also ran, Stormsire lagging behind a bit, apart from the Knight Azeroth, who didn't need to. He's going to try and make a long bomb charge. Whereas on this side, we actually, well, again, everybody ran, but we're going to move to the side. Not actually going to go near that objective, because I think there are too many Nighthaunt near it. Not likely to be able to take that anytime soon. There's no shooting or anything, so in the charge phase, the Knight Azeroth will try and charge the Hex Race. He will need a 10 though. Needing a 10, that's a 4. I do have a fair few command points, so I will spend 1 to re-roll that into a 7, so he fails. So that's the end of my turn. I do hold the right hand's objective, 3 models to 2, so I gain a victory point. But that's the end of the battle round. So rolling off for battle round 2. Nighthaunt 1 again.
I think I'll go first again.
So on to Nighthaunt turn 2.
Only spell casting is going to be the Guardian of Souls, who's going to try and cast Mystic Shield. Gets you with a 9.
Stormsire might as well try and unbind, because he's in range. Not with a 3.
I'll put that on the Hex Race again. And on a 6, the Hex Race will get a bit too hot. No, they don't. So I'll start on the left-hand side. Once again, the Harridans ran. Basically, we're just sort of shifting our formation, so we're trying to head off those Stormcast or intercept them. And over on the right, the Hex Rays are going to be a bit daring. They're going to move so that they're 3 inches away from the Knight Azeroth and hopefully trying to charge him. So we have got -1, so you need to roll a 4 or more to actually succeed. You rolled a 4. And there's the finished charge. The one closest to the camera is the one getting within half an inch.
At the start of the combat phase, the Secretors are going to do power shields because since they've got Empower on them and they're part of the battalion, they can reroll hit rolls anyway.
The Hex Rays have all piled in around the Knight Azeroth. We're staying more than 3 inches away from Stormsire. Can't really do anything about those Secretors though, so that's going to be scary when they fight back. We're just going to put all of our attacks on the Knight Azeroth. So we've got 11 attacks from Scythes, hitting on 4s and 6s do mortal wounds. Yeah. That's 3 6s so far. And 5 ordinary hits. These wound on 3s for 4 at -1.
So he needs to roll 3 4+s or die. He did, so he's down to 1 wound, but the horses get to attack.
Can the horse finish him off? The horses finish him off. Then 10 attacks from horses, hitting on 4s. That's 5. And wounding on 5s. Come on, 1. Come on, horse.
There's a 3+ save. Oh, he rolled a 1. Yeah, only got 5 wounds, so the Knight Azeroth dies, and that's 2 victory points to the Nighthaunt for killing a hero. Then the Secretors will pile in and fight. We can get the 3 that you can see close to them on the Hex Wraiths. 5 attacks with the Stormsmite Great Maces, because this is the one with the Prime with that weapon. Hitting on 3s, 6s do D3 hits, re-rolling everything because of the special bonus from Empower. So we've got 3 misses to re-roll, which are into 3 misses, so there's only 2 hits. Wounding on 3s, re-rolling because of Empower. Oh, they roll 6s, so 2 wounds.
2 4+s, made both.
And then 2 attacks from a normal mace, hitting on 3s, re-rolling. Getting 1 so far, still 1. Wounds on 3, re-rolling. Re-rolling. Still can't wound. Well, that was thoroughly disappointing. But it is the end of Nighthaunt turn 2, so we'll be on to Stormcast turn 2. So I gain a command point, but again, Kurdoss Valentian might steal it on a 5+.
Nope.
Then we're on to spells, we'll do the Curse Breakers trying to Empower, needing a 6. Nope, failing with a double 1. Stormsire will try and do Stormsire on a 7. Getting it with an 8.
Guardian of Souls is in range, so I'll try and unbind. Not with a 5, so that's successful.
Now this does D3 mortal wounds to things within 6 inches, so the Hex Race will take 3 mortal wounds, and they're out of range for Deathless Spirits,
yeah,
Deathless
so
Minions.
So it's going to be 1 dead and 1 takes a wound. So I'll take away this one, and then put the wound on that guy.
Then the other Evocators are doing Empower, needing a 6, getting it with a 9.
I will try and unbind that with the Spirit Torment, needing a 10. You.
So that obviously goes on their Secretors where they're with. And finally the Lord Exorcist will try and do an Arcane Bolt, needing a 5, getting it with a 7. That'll hit the Blade Geist Revenants for a mortal wound.
Ignoring it on a 6. No. Yeah, take away this one.
On the right hand flank, the Secretors obviously have to stay where they are. The Curse Breakers have gone round the back. That brings them in range of the objective. And Stormsire is coming the other way round the Hex Wraiths. And then my other contingent are just continuing to shuffle sideways. So most of them just ran and just used that to spread out a little bit, like this. There's nothing to do in the shooting phase, so in the charge phase, we will do a charge with Stormsire on the Hex Wraiths. He just needs 3. He rolls an 8. And the Curse Breakers will just charge as well, so I'll do that quickly. Yeah, they got an 9. So that's the results of those charges. Then in the fight phase, the Secretors over here are going to do power to weapons because they didn't get Empower cast on this turn, and I think I'll pick them to 5 first. They're able to get 4 in range with piling in. Big maces again, 3s re-rolling, 6s are good. We've got 2 re-rolls, we do have a 6 this time. Re-rolls give you an extra hit, so that's 3 plus a d3, 4. Wounding on 3s, not re-rolling, so 3 wounds.
4 plus saves rolling 1s. Made 2, so it's 2 damage.
2 damage so far. And 2 normal maces hitting on 3s re-rolling. 3 hits, re-roll. 3 hits. Wounding on 3s, not re-rolling, so 2.
And 4 plus re-rolling 1s. Oh, right, that was a fail, but I got a success.
So 3 damage in total.
Lose the wounded Hex Wraith, and then this one on the end. So the 2 Hex Wraiths will sort of pile in along all the Secretors so they can get in range of Stormsire. 5 attacks with Scythes, hitting on 4, 6s do mortal wounds. Now we only got 2 hits and no mortal wounds. Wounding on 3s, getting 2.
2 4 plus saves, failed 1, so he's down to 4 wounds.
And then 4 attacks from horses on 4s, getting 2. And 5s, getting 1.
3 plus, made that. And then Stormsire himself will go, he has 3 attacks hitting on 3s, and 2 hits. Wounding on 3s, just the 1.
4 plus re-rolling 1s, made it.
Then the Curse Breakers will pile in, only one of them can get in range. I think that's Rastus the Charmed. He has 5 attacks, hitting on 3s, but re-rolling 1s, because that's what the Curse Breakers do. Well, they all hit anyway. Wounding on 3s, and 5 again.
Yeah, you can roll 3s. 4 plus re-rolling 1s. Roll that 1. To a fail, so that's 3 damage.
Can we finish them off with the Celestial Lightning Arc? 4 dice, mortal wounds on 4s. 1 mortal wound, there's enough.
So that's enough to finish off the Hex Wraiths. Oh, I think they did well enough.
But that will be the end of my turn, and I do have a Sequitor within range of the objective over there, so I gain a victory point. So it's 2 apiece as we head into battle round 3. So rolling off. Oh, I rolled a 5.
So did I.
But you won last time.
So I will go first again.
So on to Nighthaunt turn 3.
So again, a command point go up to 2, and then I'm going to start spellcasting with the Spirit Torment, who's going to try and cast Fireball. He gets a 6, that is enough.
I'll try and unbind that with the Lord Exorcist, needing a 7. No.
So I'll put it on the Secretors in front of him for d3 damage, just 1.
That one on the end will take a wound.
And then the Guardian of Souls will try and cast Arcane Bolt. So needing a 5, getting a 6.
Try and unbind that with Stormsire, needing a 7. It's cocked. And it's a fail.
I'll finish off that wounded Secretor.
So that was a wound.
My movement, the Harridans have moved out ahead, and then the rest of my army's formed a sort of front line to block off the objective. Possibly leaving the Spirit Torment a bit exposed, but I'm not too worried. If something charges in, it will bring in all of my units as well. And in the charge phase, the Harridans will try and charge. So they have -1 to this because they are within 18 inches of Stormsire. Right, I rolled a 3, so that's definitely not going to be enough. So we'll re-roll that into a 10. That's definitely, or a 9, but that's definitely going to be enough. So we're taking a page out of the Hex Wraith playbook and trying to get as many people onto that Night Questor as possible. So I can probably get 4 into him, including the Slasher Crone, and also stay within 12 inches of the Spirit Torment.
At the start of the combat phase, the Secretors over here will do power to shields, because again they have Empower on them.
So 13 attacks on the Night Questor, hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s.
They hit 4s.
Yeah. Only getting 1 more, so only 6 hits. Wounding on 3s, 6s do 2 damage. There's 4 wounds.
So -1 rend, so he's 4 plus saves, re-rolling 1s and 2s. So I can re-roll that 1, but not the 3. And also he does take 2 wounds.
Then 3 attacks on the Secretors on 4s, re-rolling 1s, just getting 1 hit. 3s, no.
I'll pick the Secretors and they'll pile in. Great Maces on 3s re-rolling because of Empower. I can re-roll that into a hit, so 4. Wounding on 3s re-rolling. Oh, they will hit with a wound anyway.
4s. So 2 saves, that's 4 damage so far.
5 normal maces on 3s re-rolling, and they will hit. Well, there's the 6s there. Wounding on 3s, re-rolling. 4 wounds.
Need to make 4 of them. No, didn't make any of them. So all the Harridans are dead.
Oh, so these Secretors are clearly the better ones. They managed to wipe out the Harridans. But that will be the end of Nighthaunt turn 3. So on to Stormcast turn 3. So I gain command point in my hero phase. Does Kurdoss Valentian steal it on 5?
Nope.
And then spellcasting, we'll do the Curse Breakers with Empower just because they can, on 6. They get a 6.
Yeah, you can have that.
Okay. Yeah, Stormsire will do Stormsire on a 7, getting failing with a 6. The Lord Exorcist will cast Fireball, which I forgot existed. This goes off on a 5. Gets it with 5.
Try and unbind that with the Spirit Torment. No.
Oh, I'll put that on the Blade Geist then for D3 wounds. 2 wounds.
Nor on 6s. Nope. 2 dead Blade Geists.
And Empower from the Evocators. Getting it with a 6.
Trying to bind with the Guardian of Souls. Nope.
So 2 Blade Geists are dead. And the Night Questor regains a wound thanks to the Phoenix Stone going back up to 4. And obviously Empower is on those sectors there. And in the movement phase, we're going to go for it. Try and wipe out that unit of Blade Geists. It's probably worth a go. So the Secretors have moved up. The Evocators ran. They rolled a decent number, so they get there. And then the 2 heroes on this end are going to stay behind them, just for a bit of safety, because obviously they're not going to be in range to charge this turn. On the other side, both Storm Tower and the Secretors ran, again getting decent numbers, so they get themselves over here. And the Curse Breakers are staying back over there, with one just in range of the objective. No shooting, so straight to the charge phase, it'll just be these Secretors declaring a charge. Probably only need about a 4, and they roll a 6. And that will be my only charge, because everything else ran. And then in the fight phase, they will put power shields on themselves, because they've got Empower, and obviously I'll pick them to fight. And they'll pile in like that. Unfortunately, I have to basically bring everything in except Kurdoss Valentian himself. And then we'll put all the attacks on. Blade Geist Revenants might be overkill, but I want one dead. Big Maces hitting on 3s re-rolling. They all hit. Wounding on 3s re-rolling. We've got 4 wounds.
4 plus. Oh, made 3. So ignoring damage on 6s. No, so that's enough to kill them.
But then all the Nighthaunt get to fight back, basically.
So I'll do the Spirit Torment first, and he's piled in around to make space for the Spirit Hosts. He has 3 attacks hitting on 4s, rolling 1s. They all hit. And wounding on 2s. They all wound. -2 rend.
So 5+ saves, re-rolling 1s and 2s. Roll that 1. We'll make 2 successes, so it's D3 damage.
3.
So that's a Sector and a half. So we'll use this Sequitor here, and then put a wound on the mace next to that one.
So the Spirit Host will go in. We think we only can get 1 in. So 6 attacks hitting on 5s. Rerolling 1s, 6 to 2 mortal wounds. There's 2 mortal wounds. And a hit. And then rerolling the 2 1s. And that's just 2 mortal wounds and a hit. Hit wounds on a 3. It does.
3+ saves rerolling.
4 plus.
Oh, sorry, 4+ saves rerolling, so failed and failed.
So that's 3 damage.
So that kills off this one and that one, leaving just the prime.
And finally the Guardian of Souls in range, so he'll pile in. He has 3 attacks hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. They all hit. And wounding on 2s. They all wound. -1.
So 5+ saves, re-rolling 1s, 2s and 3s. I made 2, but it does take a wound. So the prime survives on wound. And then we're on to the Battle Shock phase, where the Nighthaunt don't have anything to resurrect, even though they did kill 3 Stormcast. And I'll spend a command point to make sure that prime doesn't run away, because otherwise he'd be taking a hefty penalty. And I hold the objective on the right, so I gain another victory point going up to 3. And rolling off about round 4. I rolled 1, which means the Nighthaunt automatically win.
Yep, I even rolled a 4. So I will go first.
On to Nighthaunt turn 4.
I'll start spellcasting with the Guardian of Souls. Can try and cast Arcane Bolt. Needing a 5, fails with a 4. And then the Spirit Torment will try and cast Fireball. Also needing a 5, fails as well.
The Night Questor goes back up to full wounds because the Phoenix Stone activates in every hero phase, not just your own. Sequitor Prime is within range of the volcanic terrain though, so does he die from that? Or does it go off on a 6 basically?
Can the volcanic terrain finish him off? No. There isn't much movement in moment phase. The Kurdoss is going to move up directly behind the Spirit Host because he isn't quite fast enough to get over them, and then the Spirit Torment's going to go out the front. We're just going to have to try and assassinate the Lord Exorcist, I think. So in the charge phase, I'll do the Spirit Torment first. Oh, also, Kurdoss spent a command point to put Blazing Fervor on himself, so he gets +1 to charge.
That happened, you have to do it in the hero phase, yeah.
Yeah. But now the Spirit Torment's going to charge. He gets a 6, that's enough to get him into something. So he's just going to go in straight like that. He's got a 2-inch weapon range, so he can attack the Lord Exorcist. And then Kurdoss Valentian will charge as well. He's going to need something extremely good, like not a 4, so I'll re-roll that. He got a 5. That might be enough to get him over, at least. So 5 is enough to get him to there. That chair's heavy.
That Sequitor Prime will do power to shields, because he's still got Empower on him.
And I will pick the Spirit Torment to fight first. So he has 3 attacks hitting on... He's attacking the Lord Exorcist. 3 attacks hitting on 4s, rolling 1s. Because of himself. He gets 3 hits. He wounds on 2s, getting 2.
It's a 5+ save.
Yeah, -2.
Fail both, 2d3 damage, but he does have 6 wounds because it's Warlord trait. Trait.
He takes 4 damage.
He does have 2. I'll do the Sequitor Prime. He might as well attack Kurdoss Valentian. It's not really going to make a great deal of difference. He's slightly closer to the Guardian of Souls, but piling into base contact with Kurdoss hopefully will limit his options. And then we'll put our attacks on Kurdoss, because why not? 3 attacks hitting on 3s re-rolling. 3 6s, which he had a great mace. Wounding on 3s re-rolling. Another 2 6s and a re-roll. 3 wounds.
4s, 2.
So he's down to 6 wounds.
Ignoring it on the 6.
Oh yeah, assuming he doesn't ignore it.
I'll pick the Spirit Host to go, see if we can mortal wound that Secretary to death. So only one's still in range, so we got a 6.
He's dead. So the Secretary dies. Kurdoss can still be picked to fight because he did charge, and he will probably end up piling into the Evocators, so I'll do them before they get smashed. So all of this is on the Spirit Torment. We've got 13 attacks hitting on 3s. Looks like 11 hits. And wounding on 3s. That's an awful lot of 2s. That's 5 wounds.
5 4+ saves. Made 4, ignoring that on a 6. No.
And then the Celestial Lightning Arc, 6 dice on 4 pluses to do more mortal wounds. That's 4 mortal wounds.
Ignoring on 6s. Oh, I ignored 2, so he only takes 3 damage in total. So since Kurdoss charged, he can still be fit to fight, so he'll pile in towards the Evocators and get in range. So he's got 5 attacks, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Ignore the 2 1s. Hey, he got 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. 2 normal wounds. -2 rend.
So 6 plus for the Secretors. 6 plus, no, 2 1s, so that's
2d3 damage for 3.
Well, that killed an Evocator. He's got his Spectral Attendants.
So 6 attacks hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s, 6 to do mortal wounds.
Well, a hit.
1 hit. Wounds on a 3, it does.
No rend, so this is a 4 plus. That's made it. We'll lose this Evocator here. I'll do the Lord Exorcist. He doesn't need to pile in because he also has a 2-inch weapon range, hitting the Spirit Torment. 4 attacks on 3s, only 2. Wounding on 3s, 2.
4 plus, made both.
And then the Night Questor will pile in, and he's going to attack the Spirit Torment because he might be able to kill him. 4 attacks hitting on 3s, re-rolling because he is attacking a hero. He doesn't need to. Wounding on 3s, 6 is a 2 damage, only 2 wounds.
4 plus, failed both. Ooh, ignoring on 6s. Ignored 1, he's still alive on 1 wound.
So that's everybody fighting. So that's the end of Nighthaunt turn 4, on to Stormcast turn 4. So I gain a command point.
Nope, doesn't steal it.
And in my hero phase I will use Blazing Fervour on that unit of Secretors, giving them +1 to charge rolls. Spellcasting, we'll start with the Curse Breakers, trying to do Empower. They use 6, so they fail with a 4. The other unit of Evocators will try, because you can cast it more than once in the same turn. I haven't mentioned that specifically yet, but it is allowed. 6, that's a 9.
No, I won't unbind that.
That will go on the Secretors. Then the Lord Exorcist is going to try and cast Purifying Blast, needing 5, I think. Oh, it's a 6.
I will try and unbind that to do it with the Spirit Torment. Yep, gets it with an 8.
And finally, Stormsire will try and do Stormsire on a 7. On a 7.
Try and unbind with the Guardian of Souls. With an 11, yes.
Then for movement, the Night Questor retreated and he ran while doing that, getting himself all the way over there. The Lord Exorcist did as well, but he's staying within 6 of the Spirit Torment. And then the Secretors have moved up, and the 2 Evocators will stay in melee. And Stormsire just shuffled a little bit. And the Curse Breakers will stay over there to hold the objective. So in the shooting phase, the Spirit Torment will take a mortal wound on a 4 from the Redemptor casket. Nope. And the Secretors will declare a charge. They roll a 5 with the Blazing Fervour. It's enough to get them into something. I will re-roll that with a command point, just to try and get them a bit further. Right, they're rolling an 11, that's better. They'll charge around here to attack Kurdoss Valentian. No more charges. They will declare power to shields, because they've got Empower on them. And yeah, we'll pick Anti-Fight first, or he'll just obliterate them. Then they can all pile into range. The big maces hit on 3s, re-rolling. Got a 6 and a re-roll to miss, so 3 plus a d3, 6 hits. Wounding on 3s, re-rolling. All of that into 5 wounds.
4 pluses, made 3. Ignoring damage on 6s. Nope, down to 2 wounds.
6 attacks from normal mauls on 3s, re-rolling. Re-roll, 5 hits. 5 hits, wounding on 3s, re-rolling. Re-roll all of that into 3 wounds.
3 4 pluses, made 2. Ignoring that on a 6. No, down to 1 wound. Well, I'll do the Spirit Torment next, see if we can kill some of the Evocators. 3 attacks on 4s, rolling 1s, getting 1 hit. Wounds on a 2, it does.
6 to save, failed.
D3, 1.
Normal Evocator takes a wound, then they will pile in a smidge just to try and block the Nighthaunt off and attack the Spirit Torment. 9 attacks hitting on 3s. 6. No, that's 5. Wounding on 3s. 5.
5 4 pluses. No. Well, 3. Save 2. And you make 3 6s. No, only 1. So he's dead.
And then we'll just do the Celestial Lightning Arc on Kurdoss for attempts to get a 4 plus. Get 2.
He's dead as well. The Spirit Host will pile into those Secretors, yeah. There's 18 attacks on 5, 6 to 2 mortal wounds. And there's 4 6s already. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Normal hits, wound on 3s. Getting 2.
4 plus saves, re-rolling. Made both anyway. So 2 dead, we'll take away these ones to make sure the spirit hosts are still engaged in melee. And that will be it for the turn. I gain another victory point, going up to 4, because I still hold the objective. Rolling off to see who goes first. I rolled a 2.
Well,
at least you won that.
There's an extremely small chance I can win, so I'll go first.
And so we're on to Nighthaunt turn 5.
So, I also just remembered that the Spirit Torment had the Black Amulet, so foolishly forgot to use that, and I would have zapped the Lord Exorcist and won the game, when he's gone up to 7 victory points, but now we're going to have to make do with just the Guardian of Souls, who's going to try and cast Arcane Bolt. Healing of 5! No, he can't even manage that.
I would have used the Void Scorn Stroll on it anyway.
Guardian of Souls is going to move into the ruins, staying 3 inches away from the Evocators. Yeah, he might take damage.
On 1.
On 1. No, he's fine. And the volcanic terrain, no.
Okay.
And Guardian Soul is going to charge the Lord Exorcist. I know what he needs, and 11 is definitely enough. He's just going to go for the Lord. He's just going to go for the Lord Exorcist. 3 attacks hitting all on 3s. They all hit. Wounding on 2s. They all wound.
So he has a 4+ save. He fails all of them and dies. So he actually, yeah, he's dead, and that's 5 victory points for the Nighthaunt for killing my general, and he's a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that does just take out the Lord Exorcist.
Well, now I feel bad.
And then that will be the end of the game, because it doesn't matter what else happens. Even if I manage to take the left-hand objective there, with some extraordinary run roll from the Evocators probably, I can get a maximum of 6 victory points, because I'm only on 4, and the Nighthaunt are up to 7. So yeah, it's a Nighthaunt victory regardless of what happens in the rest of the turn. So we'll recap the game for you now. So that was the game for issue 70 of Warhammer Age of Sigmar More Trials magazine. How do you think that went?
I'm not sure whether winning the way I did is better than winning with the Black Amulet, which I totally forgot. I think it probably ends up seeming more tense, but it's more because of our ineptitude than cunning strategy. It's because, oh, I have an I win button and I forgot to press it.
Yeah, if you'd remembered to use it on the Lord Exorcist and then charged him and done the damage he did, he would have been dead, and that would have been the end of the game anyway.
Or just used it at the start of my 4th turn, where I think the Lord Spirit Torment was still alive.
To be fair, I also forgot about that, so I didn't move to avoid it.
Yeah, and I think I did make some mistakes as well. I probably shouldn't have sent the Harridans in. I probably should have just held back a bit. Well, I think it's at the point where I needed to be aggressive to try and kill at least one more of your heroes. Once you have an objective, you can just sit back and hold it if I don't come to you.
Well, I think I made a mistake in leaving the Knight Azeroth out to be charged. I mean, yes, you did roll quite a few mortal wounds with the Hex Wraith.
And actually, your first turn, you had some shocking rolls. It got a lot better afterwards. But
I do have to do a lot of work to get victory points. And the fact you get 5 for killing my general, and then we're able to just do so. Because as we can see, the Cleansing Phalanx is extremely powerful. And actually, I did a huge amount of damage to your army.
Yeah, my units basically didn't do anything except the Hex Wraith. Yeah.
I think you had a good tactics, by the way, to swamping one objective, because you basically just denied me that objective.
Yeah, that just cuts the number of you can get in half.
Yeah, whereas I have to go for both, really. Maybe in hindsight I could have just set on one objective, but again, I have to be able to get the 5 victory points and then hope you just don't kill too many of my heroes, and be very careful about it.
I imagine they intend you to take the Cleansing Phalanx, which sort of plays again, because you're then stuck with a really slow army. To take objectives are actually fairly far away. It probably didn't help you as well that I won initiative on every single roll-off as well. Kurdoss had a very bad case of new model syndrome, getting 3 2s and 2 1s.
Yeah, he did virtually nothing.
Didn't steal any of your command points either. I mean, there wasn't really anything. Probably all we were going to spend them on is re-rolling charges. Stormcast don't really have that many useful command abilities, apart from the Lord Arcanum on Griff Charger one and Astrea Soulbrights. But yeah, I think if Kurdoss did manage to get into range, he'd probably quite easily delete any of your heroes in melee.
Apart from stealing command points, he is really just a melee character. He doesn't do anything else. He doesn't have a command ability. He doesn't...
No. Nice to have a powerful beat stick, though.
I think he's a fantastic model, though. I really like
he certainly fits.
Aesthetic.
Again, it's another good Dark Souls-y kind of character, especially with his name. Very easy to paint. So also, fantastic value for money. He's a named character, so that's usually about £25, and he comes in 1 issue. And
I guess a good addition to the Nighthaunt collection as well, another kind of centerpiece named character. We've got a couple of Stormcast special characters up to this point, so having another Nighthaunt one is nice. Oh yeah, and it is nice to have another warscroll battalion for the Stormcast as well.
And it's a really good warscroll battalion as well, because Evocators and Secators are both pretty good units. Certainly some of the best Stormcast units, so I couldn't see any reason why you wouldn't take this almost every time it was available.
But anyway, I think that's it for this issue and this game, so let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Were the Stormcast robbed? No, I don't know.
Yes, they were.
If you've played it, let us know how you did, and your thoughts on Kurdoss Valentian as well. We'll be interested to hear. We've been the Tabletop Donkeys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.